All right, all right, all right. We got a little bit of an upper body day. It's going to be pretty low intensity. I had a fairly high intensity one earlier this week. So my second, I'm trying to be consistent in having 2 upper body days a week because, frankly, I would like to develop my upper body more. I know I could develop it a lot more. A lot of it is just I haven't wanted to put the work in to do it. I would like to hit a 315 bench this year. I would think it. I think it would be really cool to hit another big push press PR. I did 330 last winter. Be cool to hit something like 335, 350. No, not 340. But yeah, this is gonna be a chill day. I was gifted a cigar from my father-in-law for Christmas, so I'm gonna smoke that. Not the typical, thing you do while you work out, but I'm not completely anti-tobacco. I think moderation is key with most. I'm not a medical doctor. Just because I smoke a cigar doesn't mean you should. You kind of requires some self-awareness, but I do occasionally like to smoke specifically, primarily a pipe, and I feel like it greases my mental groove, if that makes sense. So I got a little bit of espresso, got a cigar. We're gonna start off with some Incline bench. The espresso is prime in my kuksa. It's a wooden mug I whittled. Wow, this might be one of the best cigars I think I've ever had. This is a Don Chibo. I don't know how to say it. It's pretty nice though. Not gonna lie, cigar in the mouth while doing the bench, not optimal. It's kind of a cold day out, but makes you stronger. I first started smoking cigars in college, so this was like 10 years ago. Me and my buddies would go camping or fishing. We just thought it was more appropriate if we smoked cigars. So we started buying cigars to smoke. And ever since then, I've kind of enjoyed them. Because I haven't been doing a lot of upper body training, I got some heavy clean and jerks tomorrow. Like heavy clean jerks and heavy snatch. Another reason why I'm keeping today lower intensity, because I'm going for a total tomorrow. It would be cool if I could total 290 kgs to 300 again. But I'm not trying to wipe myself out. I felt pretty tired this week. Kids have been up a lot, so today is more about a pump and succulence. Kind of for the brain, too. Yeah, that's a nice one. With a little espresso. Hits the spot. People are going to watch this and be like, makes sense why this guy's bench sucks. And it does. I know how to increase it. Just haven't been ready to go on that journey. But I was talking to a guy on Instagram, and I think this is the year. It's like a 15 pounds more than what I was doing previously. I've hit 290, 295 in the last couple months with minimal training. So I'm like, honestly, if I spent 2 months following some sort of basic periodization, I will definitely hit 315. I'm also planning on starting to train my mile, which is funny because I'm smoking this cigar while I'm talking about this. I'm not inhaling it, okay? Just puffing. But a guy was like, I would love to see a max mile from you. And I thought about the max mile, and I immediately thought of the pain, because I've ran miles before, but it's been a while. I immediately thought of the pain. It hurts so bad. One of the most painful forms of activity, in my opinion. It just hurts. And maybe I'm psyching myself up by remembering that hurt. I'm like compounding it in my head. Probably, actually. But I commented, I'm like, I can already feel the pain. It's funny. And as soon as I said that, I was like, oh, that's probably why I should be doing it. I think right now I could probably run like a 7-minute mile, just like cold turkey. I think that's like somewhere between 7:30 and 7. I think that's pretty realistic. But it would be awful. I think one of the things I struggle with is I want to train so many things so hard all the time. And I've kind of found a method that works pretty well. Part of it is just having knowing my minimal dosage to maintain certain things. So I know that for Olympic lifting, in part because I've been doing that for so long. I know that for squats. I feel like I'm getting an idea for sprints. Now, the conditioning, I've not seriously trained conditioning in probably since COVID. So probably 3 or 4 years. Probably more like 4 years. Maybe even 5. Actually, no, it was like 4 years. Destroying a conditioning workout feels really good. Like excelling, it feels amazing. It's euphoric. So maybe I just need to get back on that train. I'll probably start off just like running a mile or two once a week. That'll probably be where I'll start, just to get a baseline, build up some resilience. But it's hard though. I want to get faster. I want to jump further, jump higher. Okay, last set. Now I'll move on to my next thing. I've been thinking a lot about angst lately. Angst, anxiety, energy, these things that build up, specifically in guys, because it feels like, frankly, I don't know how women's brain works, so I'm not going to hypothesize too much on that. But this is, for example, I was thinking about when I was a young guy, so high school. I'm still pretty a young guy, but much younger guy. I was in high school, early college. When the testosterone is flowing, the libido is high. I was thinking about all that angst that's built up. Honestly, a lot of it is sexual frustration, but a lot of other frustration as well, like societal frustration, just like this, this pressure to do something, but also this drive to do something. I am so thankful that I allowed that to sit and I didn't immediately quench it. I think a common thing I see working, I'm a therapist. My day job is I'm a therapist, right? And I work a ton with young guys. And a common thing I see is they will have this angst that's building up, but they look for the easy way to quench it. Easy ways are, frankly, just like brain rotting on social media. That's a huge way. Pornography, masturbation, really easy ways to deal with your sexual frustration. But I think what we forget is our sexual frustration is not really about having sex. Oftentimes, what I think it really is about is this internal drive for greater meaning. Because at the end of sex, when it's done properly, is a child, right? You build a family, and in that, you create this deeper long-term meaning that goes beyond yourself. But a lot of us guys think it's really about just busting our rocks. And so what we do is we bust our rocks. And in doing that, we quench the fire that's supposed to drive us to become more interesting, better mates, actually. I was joking with my wife. I'm like, before I got married, I learned like 4 different instruments. I learned how to play the harmonica, the ukulele. I played bass. I played guitar. Not really guitar. I played drums. I played piano, but that was because my mom made me. I was trying to learn languages. I was going on a ton of adventures, and I think a lot of it was because I had this angst that was building up inside of me, and because of my Christian values, I was not looking to quench it easily through pornography and masturbation. And in doing that, though, interestingly enough, I think it made me a much more interesting man, which in turn, I think, helped me find a wife that is much more interested in like having a family with me, who's more willing to take a chance on me. When I got married, I did not have a lot going for me. I had maybe $100 in my bank account. This is not an exaggeration. But what I did have going for me is I had lots of angst and I wanted to use it. And my wife found that very attractive. Angst is not bad. I personally think quenching it, when you quench it, that's when you become that like quiet, the quiet nice guy, air quotes. And I don't mean like the quiet nice guy in a bad way, but there's a certain type of guy who wanders through life and they feel like they're victimized constantly. And you can kind of see it in the way they hold themselves and in the way they engage with the world. And I think a lot of that has to do with quenching that angst. Because what happens is you quench that angst, the pressure still builds, but there is no release of like, going on an adventure, learning something, pushing yourself. And then what happens is it blows up in all these different ways and different outlets. All right, last set. I want to leave like 4 or 5 reps in reserve. I know that's not like great hypertrophy training, but I want to clean and jerk 360 tomorrow. I can't completely fry my upper body. Okay, the remainder of the workout is going to consist of, I'm going to hit some pull-ups, maybe just like three big sets. Then I'm going to do some like skull crushers. And then I'm going to finish it off with some isometric holds in the pull-up, just for a nice little pump. But let's hop on. Let's get some pull-ups in. A lot of you will definitely judge me for the way I train my upper body, and that's okay. I personally sometimes scoff at myself. I accept your judgment, and it's probably founded. But it is doing what I want it to do, I think, for the most part. I mean, not quite. Let's be honest with yourself, dude. Okay. We'll just do 3 sets of 10. I think it's common for the emotions we feel as men, like what we think are male emotions predominantly, anger, angst, and these other forms that are like negative emotions. I think we oftentimes think of them as bad, but really, anger is not bad. It's what you do in your anger that's bad or good. A lot of justice has been done because people were angry. Because men were angry, frankly. That would be like my encouragement to, the 10 people that watch this. If you find yourself angry or angsty, ask yourself, why? Why am I angry? Why am I angsty? And then, honestly, oftentimes within that, there is a call to action. When you can identify what is that, there's usually a call to action. And take that action, and you will be surprised at how much something can change, how you can feel, how you feel about something can actually change. All right, I'm going to keep these skull crushers pretty light, 95 pounds. This is what I will say about my upper body workouts, okay? This is what I will say about my upper body workouts. While it doesn't seem like much, not much done intentionally over a lot of years adds up. I have never really focused on bench, and I benched 300 pounds. It was an ugly bench. I will give you that. But that's much better than doing nothing, right? And so even though I'm not killing myself today because I'm trying to be wise for tomorrow, just even doing a little bit of something, getting a little nice pump in the arms, my flannel is fitting a little differently, this will add up over the course of 5-10 years. This is a 5-year, 10-year investment workout. That's how I kind of like to think of it. I don't do a lot of workouts like this, to be honest with you. Well, with upper body, I kind of do. I'm not going to. But I don't know. I found that it's been a good thing, a net positive. This is the first time we long time, so I don't know what to do. I mean, honestly, that went pretty good. There's more weight in the tank, but I'm going to kind of jump back and forth between the pull-up isometrics and that, so I'll probably just stay at this weight. I've not videotaped every set because, frankly, I think it would be boring, but if you people want me, to do it, I would, but I'll say this. I do not know how people use nicotine as a pre-workout. It tends to make me, I've tried pouches before, and they just make me want to nap. That's good. All right. I'm going to get 10. One thing that you will learn about working out in the cold is your body adapts. Our bodies have these incredible ways of adapting and becoming more efficient in different forms of weather. Now, don't be stupid. This is a wool bibs I'm wearing, right? But give yourself some time and listen to your body. But you will push your body a little bit too, though. It's not as bad as you think. Man, that's feeling pretty good. That'll probably be all for today. I'm going to try to start doing 2 videos a week, 2 YouTube videos. Probably different sessions, depending on the week. My max out session one week and whatnot. But thanks for listening. I appreciate you guys. The community I have built on these social media platforms has been a huge, kind of a weird blessing. I'm very thankful for you guys. Appreciate you. Pray that you have health and God's blessing would be on you. Wow, that got weirdly sentimental. I apologize. Okay, Beefcake Sensei out.